Good day everyone. So today we are going to be drafting our bodice pattern. So the first thing you need to do is to place your paper on the table and you pin your paper to your table in order to prevent it from moving around while you're working. So I believe by now you should have your manual. I sent the PDF to the group. So you're going to be working with your manual, so that whenever you want to do this on your own and you're with your manual, it will be very easy for you to do it. So for the manual, I'll be using my phone for this. Alright, the first thing you need to do, you need to come down by 3 centimeters. You can use your ruler, you can use your tape, you can use whatever you have. 3 centimeters. 3 centimeters. Just measure 3 centimeters from the tip of your paper and connect the lines together. Roll it straight down. You would also come here. From here, you measure 3 centimeters, 3 centimeters, 3 centimeters, 3 centimeters, 3 centimeters. So you connect those lines together. Now, from our manual, the measurement we'll be needing for this pattern, I already wrote it in the manual. We'll be needing our bust circumference, we'll be needing our waist circumference, we'll be needing our neck circumference, we'll be needing our nape to waist. So on the measurement book, there was a mistake there. It was nipple to waist that was there, but the correct one is nape to waist. Then we have our front across shoulder. The front across shoulder, we have our back across shoulder, we have our shoulder length, we also have our front shoulder to waist. From the instruction here, it says square down and across from 0. The square down and across from 0 is what I have done here. So at this point here, this point where these two lines meet, you label it as 0. This is the starting point of your pattern. The instruction here says 0 to 1 is your nape to waist measurement plus 2 centimeters. So 0 to 1 is your nape measurement, nape to waist measurement plus 2 centimeters. So to get the 0 to 1, my nape to waist measurement is 40 centimeters plus 2 centimeters. That is 42. So from this point 0 here, I'll measure 42 and mark my point. From here also, I measure 42. Just to make a straight line, I measure 42. So whatever I'm having here, I'm going to connect these lines together. This is the label 1. This is point 0, this is point 1. Now 0 to 2, bust measurement divided by 2 plus 3 centimeters. Now my bust here is 84 centimeters. 84 divided by 2 is going to give me 42 centimeters. 42 centimeters plus 3, that is 45 centimeters. Now, you're going to square down from 2. You're going to 0 to 2 is 45 centimeters. So, from point of 0, you measure 45 centimeters. 45 centimeters. From here, you measure 45 centimeters. You also come down here. From here, you measure 45 centimeters. Now, those lines that you have drawn, you're going to connect them together. Okay. Okay, so don't mind my. So this is 0, this is 1. This is going to be 2.2. This is going to be 3. Now, moving forward, the next instruction says 0 to 4. This is 0.0 here. So 0 to 4, half the measurement of 0 to 2. That is half the measurement of 0 to 2. From here, from 0 to 2, we have 45 centimeters. So half of 45 is 22.5. So 0 to 2, 0 to 4 is half the measurement of 0 to 2 plus 21 centimeter, plus 1 centimeter rather. So if 0 to 2 is 45 divided by 22.5 plus 1, 23.5. So from here you measure 23.5 and you label it up. That is 0 to 4. Now moving forward, they say we square across to 5 on the center front line. So if we have 23.5 centimeters here, we take it down here, we measure 23.5 centimeters. We also come here, we measure 23.5 centimeters. So these lines, we connect them together. Connect these lines together. So this is 0.5. Now mind you, this pattern, there's a part that says divide this frame into 2. Now to divide the frame into 2, the full of this frame is 45. So dividing it into 2, we have 22.5. So you measure 22.5. Oh, that is half of your own frame. 22.5. So these lines that you've gotten, you connect them together. So this line serves as your side seam line. So I'm just going to write SS. This is our center back line, the line that faces you, your center back, and this is our center front line, CF. So this is center front, center back on your side seam. Now moving ahead, to locate point 6, they said 2 to 6 is 1/6 your neck measurement plus 1 centimeter. 1/6 your neck measurement. That is, you're going to do 1 divided by 6. Whatever it gives you, you multiply it by your neck measurement. My neck measurement is 38 centimeters. So I'm going to do 1 divided by 6. Whatever it gives me, I multiply by 38. It's giving me 6.333. So that's 6.3. So now I see 1/6 of it, which is 6.3, plus 1 centimeter. That's going to be the wideness of our neck, which is going to be 7.3. To to 6, 7.3. 7.3. So I mark my point and I label it 6. Now to locate 2 to 7, 1/6 neck measurement plus 1.5. So 1/6 neck measurement is 6.3 plus 1.5, that's 7.8 for my own. So for your own, you need to calculate it. So that's 2 to 6. This is 7.8. So also come here and measure the same 7.8. So I'm just going to connect this line and that is 2 to 7. Now to get your curve, you just use your pattern master. To make your neck curve, you just use your pattern master and this is me making my curve. Yes, so this is it, 2 to 6. Now to get, I've gotten our 2 to 7. Now the next one, 0 to 8. This is 0 here. So 0 to 8 is 1/6 the neck measurement. What's 1/6 our neck measurement is 6.3 plus 0.5. That is 6.8. So for me, I'll be using 6.8. Then this is 0 to 8. Then for 0 to 9 is 2 centimeters. 2 centimeters. This is the back depth. So from here, so you label here 9. Now you're going to connect these lines together. So at this point where these two lines meet, you label 10. Now on to the next. To locate the bust point, mark a point, half bust point to bust point in from 5 on the armhole depth line. So what this is saying is, whatever your bust point to bust point measurement is, mine is 20 centimeters. So you need to get half of it, and half of 20 centimeters is 10. So let's say your own bust point to bust point or your nipple to nipple is 18 centimeters. Half of that is going to be 9 centimeters. So, but for me, half of my own is 10 centimeters. So they said to locate the bust point, mark a point half bust point to bust point in from 5. And don't mind you, this is our number 5. Hence that's why it's important to label. So this is our point 5. So on the armhole depth line, this line is labeled armhole depth line. So this is 0.5. So from this 0.5, we're going to measure. We'll measure our bust point to bust point. And mine is 10. So for me, I'm going to measure 10. Then it also says, after getting in from 5 on the armhole depth line and from 6 shoulder neck point, so this 6 you need to label it SMP. From this SMP, measure your front shoulder to bust through this point. So from this point here, you measure your front shoulder to bust. You know, when I was teaching measurement, I said when you want to take your measurements, you need to start from the, when you want to take your length measurement, that is your bust, your length, anything that has to do with length, you need to start from the highest point of your shoulder. So what this is, and this SMP, this is the highest point of your shoulder. The 6 serves as the highest point of your shoulder. So from this highest point of your shoulder, you measure your bust length to bust point. So for me, my length to bust point is shoulder to bust point is 29 centimeters. So from here, I'll measure 29 centimeters. So, And on that point where you measure 29 centimeter, also measure 10. Now, this 10 centimeter, you are going to raise it up with dotted lines. Just take it up with dotted lines, and then you also have to take it down as well with those dotted lines. When you want to construct your dart, you will need it at this point. So this is me taking it up with dotted lines. Now, to get this point here on this bust point, now this point serves as your bust point. That is 10 centimeter in from here, which is my bust point to bust point, and from the length to bust point, this line, shoulder to bust point and bust point to bust point, is how I got this particular point here, which is my bust point to bust point. Now, to measure 2 to 11, front across shoulder divided by 2. So you're going to check your measurement here. Front across shoulder. For me, my front across shoulder is 32 centimeters divided by 2. 32 divided by 2 for me is 16. So from point 2 here, I'm going to measure 16 centimeters, and I'm going to label that 11. That is 2 to 11. Now, at 4.5, square down from 11 at 4.5 centimeters. So from this 11, you are coming down with 4.5 centimeters. So at this point here, you're going to square down 4.5 centimeters and join to 0.6 with dotted lines. This is the front shoulder line slant. So you're going to join this point here to 0.6 with dotted lines. Now the next one is 0 to 12, which is the back across shoulder divided by 2. So for my back across shoulder is 34 centimeters. 34 divided by 2 is 17. So 0 to 12 is going to be 17 centimeters. So this is 12 here. Then the next one says square down from 12 at 4 centimeters. From 12 to square down at 4 centimeters. So you're just going to square down and 90. Now, after that, it says join to 0.8 with dotted line. This is the back shoulder stand. So it means that this line that we have gotten here, we're going to join it to 0.8. So you connect this line to 0.8 with dotted lines. And this line serves as our back shoulder slant. Now, 8 to 13. From 8 here to get 13, shoulder length divided by 2 minus 0.75. So what is your shoulder length? The shoulder length, when we go measure our shoulder here is 10. Mine is 13. Your shoulder is distance from here to here. Mine is 13. So whatever your own is, that's what you'll be using. So 13 for me, to locate my point 13. 13 divided by 2 is 6.5. Now we now say from that 6.5 minus 0.75, which is going to be 5.75. So from here, I'm going to measure 5.75. This is 5.75. Now, I'm going to label that 13. So it now also says that 13 to 14 is 1.5 centimeters. So from this 13, I'm just going to place my tape and measure 1.5 centimeters and label that 14. Now it also says 15 is the midpoint, that is the midpoint of this 13 to 14, which is 0.75. So from here, you measure 0.75 and that is 0.15. Now, square down with a dotted line from 15. Square down 8 centimeters and label 16. Now to square down, watch carefully. This is how you square down. This dotted line here, let's say you're using your pattern master. This dotted line here is what is going to be. You're going to follow this dotted line. This part is like an angle 90. So So this part here is what is following your dotted line, this particular part. So from this dotted line, you square down. Just keep squaring down, square down. So you notice that this line is not straight. Now it says from 15, square down 8 centimeter. Right? Yes, it says square down 8 centimeter. Yes, 8. So from here you measure 8 and label 16. So now you're going to connect this line to each other. Now that is point 16. Now to get point 17, 6 to 17, to get 6 to 17, shoulder length divided by 2. My shoulder is 13. 13 divided by 2 is 6.5. So 6.5 minus 0.75. 6.5 minus 0.75, that's going to give me 5.75. So from that 5.75, so 6 to 17 is 5.75. From here, I'm going to measure 5.75 and label this 17. Now moving on, draw a line from 17 towards the bust point, but ending 1.5 to 2 centimeters short of the bust point and mark 18. Now to get this, you're going to, from the bust point, the cells will come up with either 2 or 1.5 centimeters. But for me, I'll be coming up with 2 centimeters. So I'm going to, for me, I'm going to come here with 2 centimeters and label 18. So this 17, I'm going to join it to 18. Now, to get your 17 to 19, shoulder length divided by 2 minus 1 centimeter. So my shoulder is 13. 13 divided by 2 is 6.5 minus 1 centimeter, 5.5. So from 17, I need to measure 5.5. So this line is going to be extending out for me. So I label that as 19. Then I connect point 19 to point 18. Now, to locate, after getting this point 19, now the next thing we need to do is to make use of our tracing wheel. So you just need to open up your pattern a bit. So let's start with the front. So you're closing it, just watch carefully what I'm doing. This line 17 to 18, just hold it like this. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to fold this line over this. So carefully just after doing this, you can just use a tape or a pin to hold this down. And then you're going to, this dotted line, you're going to trace it out. You're going to trace this dotted line. Just use your pencil to trace it out. Then after that, by the time you open it out, you notice that there's a line here. You draw out the line. Now, the next thing you're also going to do, while this is still closed, from this point here, this line, you're just going to extend it. This dotted line, you're going to extend it. And after extending it, you're going to measure your normal shoulder length. Your normal shoulder length, for me, mine is 13. So for me, I'm going to measure it as 13 and write 20. I'm going to label it 20. So yes, I've gotten my point 20. So you also do the same for this back. You're folding this. So this line, the line 13, you're folding this over this. Then you're just going to trace from this line, just follow this line. You are following just this line. Don't ignore this one, just this one, follow it. Then draw it down. Then after drawing it down, you measure your 13 centimeter, which is for your shoulder length. So when 13 centimeters stops, you mark it. So this point will be your point 21. So we've gotten from our point 1 to 21. Any part you didn't get, you can always come to ask me. Or you can always take it back and watch the video to get this one. Now after letting go to our point 21, the next one says to locate point 22, add the measurement of 0 to 4 plus 0.5 centimeter. Now I'm going to measure the measurement which you have here, 0 to 4. I have 23.5. So half of 23.5. Let's calculate that. 23.5 divided by 2 is giving us 11.75. So whatever is giving us, we now set plus 0.5. So 11.75 plus 0.5 is giving me 12.25. So I'm going to measure 12.25. 12.25. Now label this part point 22. So they say you should square down to side 2. So this is the line of side 2. So you also measure 12.25. Then you connect the lines together. So from that point 22, it says 22 to 23 half back across armor point plus 0.5. To get your half back across armor, we'll measure this. So my back across armor is 32. So half of it is 16 plus 0.5, that is 16.5. So I'm going to label here 16.5. So from this point here, I'm going to label this point 23. Now to get your point 24, mark 24 where the armor line meets with the side seam line. This is where the armor line meets with the side seam line. So this is the part is what we are labeling 24. To get point 25, 2 to 25, have the measurement of 0 to 5 plus 0.5. So it's equally same what we have here. We should just square it down to this point here. So this is our point 25. Now to locate our point 26, they say we should cross 25 to 26. Now to get your 25 to 26, half front across armor plus 0.25. For the back was plus 0.5, but for the front is plus 0.25. Now to get this, close the front shoulder dart. So what they're trying to say, the dart we closed then to get our shoulder, we are repeating it. Okay. So we're still going to close this part. So and square out a line from 25. So what this is saying is, from this line 25, this is what you are doing. You're going to place your ruler, your pattern master. So please, when you want to do this, please make sure you put a tape on this part. Make sure there's a tape on this part. Don't just do it like that. Make sure there's a tape on this part to secure it for you. So now to get this, what you're doing is you're placing, it's just like an angle 90. So you're placing this line head to be straight. Then whatever line that you get to, just slant it out. So before you open it out, The next thing you need to do is to, it says to get it, your front across armhole, half of it plus 0.25. So for my front across armhole, I have 30 centimeters. So half of it is 15 centimeters. 15 plus 0.25, that's 15.25. So on this line, while this is still closed, I'm going to measure 15.25 centimeters. And this 15.25 centimeter, I'm going to label 26. Now the next one, it says, with a curved ruler, draw in the armhole joining point 21. This is 21, 23, this is 23, 24, this is 24, 26, this is 26, and 20. So we need to connect these points together. So look at what I'm going to do. I'm going to connect point 21 to 23. Then I'm also going to connect from 23 to 24. That's the importance of this curve ruler. Then I'm also going to connect point 20 to 26, 26 to 24.